Hey everybody, happy Thursday. I hope everybody's doing good. Just looking for my scissors here. I want to, just before we get started, sorry I didn't call you back, honey. Um, I hope everybody's doing good. Just a quick, I haven't done my craft box for the month yet, but I just wanted to show you this is, and I'll bring my camera up, the new scrapbook page and its pair for this month, and it is using the Lovely and Sweet bundle. Hey Dawn, how are you? And then I just wanted to say thank you to my customers this month. I really appreciate you. And before we get started, I have to show you something. It happened actually, it happened by mistake today, and I'll show you using Night of Navy and the little bunny. You see the little bunny right here? Well, it is one of the stamps in the Excellent Eggs stamp set. And hey Karen, hey Casey. So this is the mat that is available if you sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Okay, and it's free with your kit, or you can get an additional $30 in product. But if you take your stamp and ink it up really good, and when you stamp it and die cut it, you see on the camera the little rabbit is facing the left. Hey Kathy, hey Cindy. So if you want that little guy to face the right, you want to reverse your stamp. Well, ink your stamp up really well and actually stamp very carefully on your glass mat. Okay, so here's the little bunny. Grab your paper or whatever you want to put it on and lay it down and just give it a good rub and lift it up. Now your bunny is reversed. Okay. It was an accident, and it is perfect. You remember, if you use the silicone mat or anything that you try to do reverse stamping on, it usually comes out lighter, but it is a perfect stamp. Now, if you turn it over and hold it up to the light, you can see through your paper. So you would be able to line your die up on the back of the paper if you hold it up and you have your light shining through. Okay. So there he is. And he is reversed. It is perfect. Hey, Liara. Hey, Kathy. All right. So just a little tip for anyone who has this glass mat. It's just another way you can use it. Okay. So tonight, like I said, we are going to be using the Excellent Eggs stamp set and dies. And I also pulled in the Thoughtful Expressions stamp set. This is the set I'm going to be using this month for my craft box. And I have an Easter card or a Hello Spring card. All right. With some embossing. And then we have a Happy Easter. And these are the dies that come in the Excellent what is it? Excellent Eggs stamp set and bundle. Hey, Sheila. Yes, the glass mats are great. So that's just a little tip, another way that you can use this glass mat. And yes, the hummingbird is very pretty. I love them. All right. So you know that I will have the measurements for tonight's cards on my blog tomorrow morning, so you don't have to keep track. All right. And we'll start, I think, with this card here, the Happy Easter card. And I'm using boho blue and Night of Navy. And I can get rid of this blending brush. All right, so we'll start with this card here. All right. So is everybody doing well? I have to tell you, it is cold here in Pennsylvania again. I took Sheba outside yesterday morning, and we go out at 6:30, and it was beautiful. It was like 50-something degrees. Boho blue, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. This morning, we got up to go outside at 6:30, and it was 27 degrees. Crazy, crazy, the temperatures. I'm telling you. All right, I'm just getting my pieces so I make sure that I don't mess them up. All right, so now we have a layer of Night of Navy, and this is 5.25 by 4. And this is the Poetic Expressions Designer Series paper that's in the mini catalog. And this is 5 by 3 3/4. All right, so we're just going to grab our glue, and we are going to adhere this Designer Series paper to our Night of Navy. Making sure it's on there straight. All right, and then we're going to pull in our card base, and we're just going to add this right to the front of the card. All right, so there's the front of our card so far. Next, we are going to pop up a layer of Night of Navy and basic white. Our Night of Navy is 4.5 by 3.25, and our basic white is 4 3/8 by 3 1/8. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our basic white and our Happy Easter stamp. And ladies, I forgot to clean my blocks again today. I was busy. You notice I posted 2 different projects today, along with, I just lost the, hold on a second. I just lost the cap to my, oh, here it is. My bottle of hand sanitizer. I'm sorry. Just want to wipe this off a little so we can at least see through it a little better. All right, that's better. Let me just do it on this side. I hate when we can't see through them. All right, so we have our Happy Easter. Let's get it on here so it looks like it's straight. All right, I'm just going to check it to make sure that even though it looks like it's straight, that it is before I stamp it. Yep, that looks good. All right, so I have my dirty Versamark, and we are going to ink it up really good, and we're going to hope that it is on here and it's going to be straight. And it looks pretty good, I think. So let's grab a scrap piece of paper. And emboss it. We're embossing in gold. So I'm going to heat this up. And I should have heated my gun up a little bit. All right, not bad. I'm not too crazy about whoever wrote this, but it'll do. Now my paper, you can see how my paper warped a little bit because my heat gun was not very warm. All right, so here is one of the dies in the Excellent Eggs. It is a, let me pull out the dies so you can see. It is this one right here, and it stitches and it gets this little piece out. Or you could use the whole thing and take a piece out of, if I wanted to die cut this so it shows through. And then it also has these eggs. All right. And then another scallop piece. Here's a straight piece. And this egg here, we're going to use this one tonight too. And here's the little bunny. And I'm going to actually take him out because I still have to die cut that bunny. All right, so I have this little piece here. I am just going to add it to my basic white layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add glue to these sections here. Not every section, just these here. And then we're going to take it and we're going to line it up so it's right at the edge. Making sure it's on that edge so it comes right to the end. And adhere it down, and it's crooked. That looks better. All right, just like that. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I actually die cut the large egg in Night of Navy, the medium egg in basic white, and then I need, and I was playing, this was an extra piece to my scrapbook pages, and I'm going to use this piece to stamp the egg. All right, I'm going to get this on here so it fits on this block. And we're going to grab the Night of Navy, okay, and we're going to ink this up, and we're going to stamp our egg. And there it is. While I have this open, let's grab the little bunny. And I don't want to use the one that I stamped to show you. Let's just get a scrap piece here. All right. We're going to grab it. We're going to ink the bunny up. And we're going to stamp him too. So he's all ready. I'm just going to pull the die and my washi tape. And we're going to line this up so this way I can just quick run it through the cut and emboss machine. And you know what? I'm going to do that while this is drying for a second. If I can find my plate. Oh my goodness gracious, what did I do with it? All right. I don't know what I did with my other plate, so let's just use this quick. My room is a mess, as you may be aware. It is, there's stuff all over. I was looking for a die set that I wanted to use. Couldn't find it because it doesn't have a stamp set that goes with it. And I pulled my room apart and everything is all over. So my cut and emboss machine plate is MIA. All right, there's our little bunny. All right, and here's our Easter egg. So what I'm going to do, let me just see, here it is. I'm going to grab my light boho blue blend, okay? Hello, hello, like your house. Yeah, I pulled everything apart today, so my room's a mess. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color this Easter egg, and I'm not going to be fussy, but I'm going to leave the bunnies white. All right, so I don't have too many streaks. I'm just going to go around the bunnies and color from an area that has lines, okay, like the top of his tail. Here, I'll go down to this bunny and come up. So we're just going to try to color without making the coloring too streaky. All right. And we're just going to completely color it in. And it looks dark right now, but it will lighten as it dries. And I'm not worried about going outside of the egg because we are going to, this egg is the medium die. We're going to cut it out with the small die. All right. So I'm not worried about it being outside of the egg. I just don't want to color in my bunnies. So we are, everybody knows that Bill and I watch a lot of trials on YouTube. And we just got finished watching the one about Harmony Montgomery. She was a sweet little, cute little 5-year-old, and her father murdered her. And he was actually found guilty. Then we started watching the Michelle Troconis trial. Yes, I had my nails done today. They were looking pretty ratty. So I took the time and had them done today. Feels so much better. I didn't like them before. I liked the color, but the girl I didn't like the way the girl did it. And today I actually had a guy do them, and he did an awesome job. So yeah, so we've been watching the Michelle Troconis trial, and she's on trial for conspiracy to commit murder. The husband murdered his wife, and they had 5 children, little children, 2 sets of twins, and then a little boy. And that trial, the jury is in deliberation. All right, so I'm going to take my egg now, and I'm going to have to get that little cut and emboss machine. I'm just going to line it up on this egg. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I just want to cut this out. So let's get our machine back out. Get our plates. So like I said, that one, the jury is deliberating. So we'll see what happens. They've been deliberating now for 2 days. And now we're watching one of the trials for the armorer for the Rust movie. Her name is Hannah Gutierrez, and we've been watching that trial. It's very, very interesting. All right, so here's our egg. It's just colored quick, and we avoided. Yes, it is very sad. We avoided all the bunnies, so now we can pull our eggs in, and we're just going to add some glue. And we are going to adhere this to the white. Make sure it's on there as centered as possible. And then we're going to add glue to the white one. And we are going to add it to the Night of Navy. And again, we just want to center it as best we can. Okay? Now we can grab our little bunny. And I'm going to flip him over. And you can see I did it on the opposite side of showing you that you can reverse that bunny. And we're going to add some dimensionals, and I am going to take this bunny and I'm just going to put him, just want to make sure he's not straight, put him right here at the bottom. All right, so there he is. Take off my sweater, it's getting warm in here. All right, so now we can start with this layer. I'm going to put a little bit of glue around the edges. I don't really like using glue on basic white, but I want to make sure this adheres where the embossing, the heat tool warped my white. It's still crooked. Lordy, lordy. Let's pull this off and start again. Some days I just can't get it on straight. Let's try again. There we go. Jiminy Christmas. All right, let's grab some dimensionals. And we're going to pop this up. I got glue on my fingers, so now everything is sticky. All right. Let's take this paper off. Pull in our card base. And we're just going to pop this up right on the front of the card. And we're going to grab our egg, and I'm going to add some glue, and we're going to add this right here to the left-hand side of the card, and it's going to come off on all sides. All right, so we just want to make sure it's on here straight. All right, so for the next egg, this is the die I used. Okay, I actually die cut it from the designer series paper. I die cut it from the Night of Navy, and I die cut it from the boho blue. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to use this egg, but I wanted to fill in the blank spots or the empty spaces. And to do that, I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap and my scissors. I'm looking for my scissors. There they are. They're buried. And see, look at that. I have a die right there. That's how they disappear. And I'm just going to cut off a little strip. All right. And I'm going to turn this over. So here's the back. And I'm just going to add some glue. And I'm going to lay this piece down on the back of this egg. Okay. I'm just going to cut it off right there and turn it over. So, like I said, I want to fill these sections, and I want to fill the top section with designer series paper. So we're just going to lay that in there, and there's glue on that little piece of paper, okay, that I put in there. The second one, I want to use the Night of Navy. So we're just going to lift it and put it right inside that opening. And then on the bottom, I wanted to use the designer series paper again. Oops. So we're just going to fit this in that opening. There's glue on that white piece. Now I'm going to save these eggs. And here's all their little pieces. Okay. I can use them again. I saved all the little sections so I can utilize it again. Let's get that put away. And here's our little egg. So I'm just going to flip it over, and you can see my strip now. And I'm going to grab some more dimensionals, and we're going to add them to the back of this egg. And I'm going to put them on so it's on the white piece and off the white piece. So it's holding these pieces in just a little bit better. Remove these backs. And then we're just going to pop this egg up right next to our large egg. I'm going to grab that Night of Navy and gold glitter ribbon. Get my ribbon scissors. And we're just going to tie a bow. Thanks, Stu. I try. Some days it comes easier than others. Oh, Emma, I got your I got your card today, and it was filled with little heart confetti. It was so cute. Thank you so much. All right, so now we have our bow. Just going to pull my tails down, and I'm going to cut them at an angle. I need to bring my garbage pail closer. I throw my garbage in, and half the time it doesn't even make it in. All right, so I'm just going to add my bow right there. And then I have some gems here. These are the holiday rhinestones. I do not believe they are available anymore. So that's why I'm using them. Use up everything I have. All right, we're just going to add 2 to that bottom corner, and here's the front of our first card. Thank you, thank you. So for the inside, we have our boho blue 5 1/4 by 4, and then our basic white 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Now, what I did for this one is we have our pieces again. Oops. Again, I'm just going to add glue to one side all the way across. I'm just going to get rid of this layer here. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to line it up on the edge, on this edge. And I'm going to line it up so the points line up with the bottom edge. Little rickrack. And now I want to line it up so it's one layer. So we're going to cut it off right at that point. And then again, I'm just going to add glue in that one section. But I do want to add it on the end. And we're going to line it up right across. And then we want to trim this off. All right. So that's the boho blue. I did the same thing with Night of Navy. And I'm just going to do that section and put it right inside. And then we're going to do it again. So I need to cut this down. We want to get glue on this piece. I don't have to worry about the end because it's going to be off the side. Add it just like that. All right, so there's our rickrack on the bottom. Yes, that is Sheba. But she did it plain. All right, add some seal. Line this up. Hopefully I get it on here straight. Yep. Add some glue. And let's add it to the center of our card. All right. So there is card number 1. All right. Just a little bit of stamping, and we utilize the dies in the set. Now, let's head to the second card. I just want to grab my water painter. I'm going to use Bubble Bath, Old Olive, and Misty Moonlight. That's not true. I'm going to use Boho Blue instead of Misty Moonlight. I used Misty Moonlight for what? I don't know. And then we're going to grab our cardstock. So this time we have Boho Blue 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 5 1/2. All right, let's get that out of the way. And then I die cut, let's pull them out, 2 of the eggs, the large and the medium in basic white. Then I have some Night of Navy again. And our Night of Navy is 5 1/4 by 4. And I utilized the same designer series paper, and it's 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Now I kept the stripes the same way. Okay. Thanks, Stu. And we're just going to add this designer series paper to our Night of Navy. And then we're going to pull in our card base, and we're going to add this to our card base. And then this is ready to go. All right, so there's our card base. We'll put that aside. We're going to grab our 2 eggs. Now, this is where I pulled in the thoughtful expressions, and we're going to use this here and this one here. Okay, so I'm going to grab some Versamark. Let's open up our gold embossing powder, get everything ready, and a piece of scrap. And I'm just going to grab hold of my tweezers here. Now I should have, so here's the smaller of the 2 stamps, and we're going to ink this up with Versamark. And we're going to use the smaller of the eggs, and we are going to stamp this right on the right hand side of our egg. All right, let's emboss it so it can sit for a few minutes. All right, so that's embossed. And if you're worried about the static, you can always use an embossing buddy and just go over your paper. Okay. All right, let's grab the other flower, and this one is the larger one, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to ink it up really good. And this one you can see has an oval shape on one side. So we're going to utilize that and stamp it on the left-hand side of the large egg. All right, let's get some embossing powder. I'm running low on gold. I guess I have to buy some more. All right, so there is our second one. Let me turn, while I'm cleaning up this embossing powder, let me just start this up so they don't, I don't want the paper to warp any more than it already will. All right, so we can, I think I'm done with this, so let's put this away. I'm just going to grab this and get the excess off. And that looks like it's hot. So there's one. All right, I think that's done. So much fun watching the embossing powder turn. All right. See, it's still warped a little bit. That's right. Let's straighten it out. Now that we have it embossed, I am now going to grab some bubble bath. I'm just going to get some on the top here. Grab my napkin and my paint, and we're just going to add a little bit of water and some bubble bath. And I'm just going to fill in these little flowers. There's only a couple of them. I'm just going to add a little color to the flowers. Let's see, is that another one there? Yep, looks like there's one right here. And I'm just looking at my card that I did, and I forgot these flowers on my card. All right, so there's the flowers. Now we can get rid of the bubble bath. I'm going to pull in my old olive, add a little bit of water, and we're going to fill in the leaves. Watercoloring is just so simple, and it makes it look so pretty. Now we're going to pull this one in, and all I'm going to do is fill in all the leaves. And I'm not being fussy. I'm not worried about dark and light. We just want to add color. I'm going to add a little bit more water though. We just want to add color to our image. And the light shining on it, it's so funny. I can just about see where I'm supposed to color. So did you get anything more packed, Emma? I'm just going to lift it so I can see. All right, that looks like I got it all. So I'm just going to clean my brush. Make sure we get all that green off. And clean that out. And then we're going to grab our boho blue. You're getting there? That's good. It's a lot of work, right? All right, now we're using boho blue. So we're just going to color in the flowers now. And I'm going to start at the base and work my way out. And I'm just looking at my flower. And I didn't even add color to the center. Forgot it. So see how quick and easy it is just to watercolor. It's so simple. All right, let's clean this out. And I am just going to, I didn't do it on my card today. I'm just going to grab some crushed curry. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color to the center of these flowers. I'm going to do the one I did today too. There we go. All right, so here's our eggs. Just quick watercolored. All right, and we're going to take this egg here. Now I'm going to grab my, did I use Misty Moonlight or did I use, I might have used, or maybe I didn't. Did I use Night of Navy? All right, I know it's probably right here in front of me. I don't see it. Oh, here, I moved it. I think I am going to do it in Night of Navy. And I'm going to grab my Hello Spring. Here it is here. And I'm hoping that it is on here straight. And we're just going to stamp Hello Spring. I'm going to clean my finger because I just put it in the ink. And now we can pull our card back in. Now, I'm just looking to make sure. We're going to pop this up. So I'm just going to turn it over. And I am going to use up all my edges. We can say goodbye to another set of dimensionals. And where it's warped, I just want to make sure that I get it where it's going to lay flat. That's the one thing I always mess up on, is warping my paper. Oh, here's another one. Put that one in the center. There's another one. These dimensionals is, I cut the sides off when I did my shaker card. That's why they're all odd shaped. All right, so let's get these papers off. Come on. And we're just going to pop this up right there. All right, so there is. Aw, thank you, Cindy. And now for this one, we're going to pop this up also because this one's popped up. So we're just going to add dimensionals to the right-hand side of this egg. So we're going to add them to the right-hand side. So I'm just going to grab these little pieces. Let's cut a couple more. I'm just going to do one more here on the bottom. All right, so let's take these papers off. And then I'm going to add glue to this side of the egg so it sticks to the larger egg. All right, and we're going to pull it up right about there. So our dimensionals are sticking to the front, and then this is adhered to our bottom egg. Okay, again, we're going to pull in that Night of Navy ribbon and gold and make our bow. This is a nice, quick, and easy card. It's a no fuss, no muss. You can die cut all your eggs. You don't even have to put a matte layer on. You could just use your designer series paper if you wanted to do it a little simpler. You run those eggs through your cutting machine, emboss them, and the watercoloring is easy. We don't even have to watercolor if you didn't feel, if you didn't want. Just a nice, quick, and easy card. All right, let me grab a glue dot, and we're just going to add this right down here. Poke it up a little. Let's grab some of these holiday rhinestones again. We'll put one, whoops, two, and then I'm going to put one way down here. All right, so there is the front of card 2. For the inside of this card, again, easy peasy. Boho blue, 5 1/4 by 4. Basic white, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Versamark, and our flower from the front. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Hope you're feeling good, honey. And we're just gonna get our Versamark, ink it up. Let's stamp the inside of our card. Gotta use that heat gun one more time. I thought I was finished. I forgot about the inside. So we're just gonna add some embossing powder. Get off the extra. I'm gonna close this up so we don't make a mess. I'm good at that at the end of the day. Let's grab that heat gun, and I'm gonna look and see what I did. All right, not bad. I thought it was going to ruin it, but it didn't. That's good. All right, so we're going to grab some seal, and I am going to add seal to the edges because I want to make sure that this sticks. And I know it's scary with seal because once it's down, it's down. Let's add some there. But to keep it from sticking to your card right away, if you add some glue to that seal, you have a little bit of wiggle room and it doesn't really stick completely until you push it down. All right. So let's open up our card. Move some of this stuff out of the way. All right, so there is our second card. And here is tonight's first card. So happy Easter. Excuse me. Happy Easter and hello spring. So thanks for joining me tonight. I will post the purchasing special for the month of March, which will be, with every order, you'll get a take your pick tool. All right. So for any orders placed in the month of March, you'll get that, and you'll get the PDF for this month's craft box. So remember that for this month. Thanks, Karen. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Cindy. And I'll have all the measurements on my blog in the morning. Thanks for joining me. Remember, you'll get a take your pick for every order placed this month. And I'll talk to everybody soon. Nope, just place it in the store and I will send it at the end of the month. As long as I see your order and add the tomorrow's host code, I'll send you the host code tomorrow for the month. All right? And I'll talk to everybody soon. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.